Are you ready?
For the love of wrestling, go to WeLoveWrestling.com. For the love of wrestling, go to WeLoveWrestling.com.
Are you ready?
It stopped with me. We love wrestling live, baby. We love wrestling live, baby. Thursdays we do this at 7:05, 7 p.m. 7. Whenever you see it is when we doing it. So if you there at the crib and you watching it and it's 12 noon, that's when we doing it. If you at the crib and you watching it and it's midnight, that's when we doing it. Whenever you watching this, that's when we doing it. Unboxing though, let's get right into it. Before we even start, I got this box from the Black Wrestling Podcast. That's the Black Wrestling Podcast. BRP 50 things. You know, when they rank the 50 greatest wrestlers in Black wrestling every year. You know what I'm saying? Got this box, want to open it up. Maxine Dupri and LA Knight. Two people that they had going one way, but they changed up the whole thing. I really got to open this box. Hold on. I ain't even opened this thing yet. Let me open this box. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to unbox it with y'all here. I don't know what's inside this box. We gonna see. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Again, this box came from the Black Wrestling Podcast. There we go. So what they sent? I know what they sent. Nike, Bayou. Shout out to them. Math, Fam, Cal, Mimi, everybody affiliated. You know what I'm saying? Big John Stud, I met people, you know, got some shit. These my people. I just saw a t-shirt. I don't know what the t-shirt is, but it say Black Wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Big Black Wrestling energy. You feel? The Junkyard Dog, JYD t-shirt. Black Wrestling. So just to have a black legend on the t-shirt is expected, and that is that is appreciated. This listen. I don't know when I'm gonna wear it, but I'm sure gonna wear it. JYD, Black Wrestling. We ain't even got into the shoebox yet. Hold on, let's open up the shoebox. So these are Nike Dunks. I've never owned a pair of Nike Dunks, but these are the BRP exclusives. You know, the black, the material is so nice. Feel like snake skin right here, but you know, the gray, you know, the low top, the Black Wrestling Dunk low. Yeah. These right here. These right here. Like I've never had a pair of Dunks, but I'm definitely gonna rock these. When you see me with a Black Wrestling hat on, most likely I'm gonna have these on. You see me with one of my Black Wrestling shirts, Chris Bay, Junkyard Dog, they just sent me. I'm gonna have these on. You see me in my Black Wrestling hoodie with Hulk Hogan X'd out. I'm gonna have these on. You feel me? I'm gonna have these right here on. Don't ask me no questions. These are my BRP Nike Dunk lows. Matter of fact, put this on my foot right now. These BRP Dunk lows. Let's check them. You want to see them on feet? My BRP Dunk lows. If you don't know, BRP is family. Make sure y'all go on the YouTube, subscribe. Make sure y'all go to their Instagram, Twitter, Black Wrestling, at Black Wrestling. Subscribe. Hashtag Black Wrestling. Tell them We Love Wrestling sent you. Tell them you love the Dunk lows that you saw on here. You probably saw it on one of their streams. I know the homie Math showed them. But yo, this is love right here. Much love and appreciate to Black Wrestling, everything they do to advance this culture of Black Wrestling out here, so everybody can get to know it. Because when I was a younger kid watching wrestling, I didn't have nothing I can go to that could let me know about Black wrestlers out here, and what they're doing is very astonishing and amazing how they keep up with it and supporting the Black wrestlers out here and the Black podcasters. But we family, but I got these with BRP. Anybody watching, take a screenshot. Let me put these up. Y'all know I take care of my shoes. And I got some heat too now. Just because I ain't never had a pair of Dunks, don't think I ain't got no heat. I don't feel right putting this JYD shirt back into this box, but until I get upstairs to my closet, it's going to go in there so we can keep all this safe. Shout out to the Black Wrestling Podcast again. Some Dunk lows. Ooh, the BRP 50 exclusive. Everybody ain't got them. Everybody ain't got them. But I got them. All right. Let's get into some wrestling talk for the week, though. Man, have y'all watched wrestling this week? I watched a little bit of Raw. I watched some NXT. Well, I didn't watch Dynamite yet. I feel bad I haven't watched Dynamite, but I'm gonna watch it at a point. But the biggest thing this week that I want to talk about is Mello and Trick. Why they want to do this to us? Oops. We know what it's heading to, but the slow burn is killing me. Y'all want to see Mello versus Trick? I don't want to see Mello versus Trick. But it seems like that we're going to have to see Mello versus Trick. I don't want to see it, oops. Let them other people do that. Let Mello and Trick stay Mello Trick gang or Trick Mello gang, however they say it, you know what I'm saying? But we don't need to see the fight. I don't want to see it. Do y'all want to see it? Y'all probably do want to see it because y'all love to see people just destroy each other and things just happen. But I don't want to see the Mello Trick fight at all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Nicole here. I got to show Nicole the BRP shoes. Let me bring Nicole in. Y'all know Nicole, like if they say it's Trey D, then you know it's also Nicole because she be out here. But let's bring Nicole in. Nicole, what it do?
Oh, nothing much.
Look,
Nothing much.
my Black Wrestling Podcast, Dunk Lows.
They send you those?
They sent me these, yo.
All right, Black Wrestling. Shit. I see y'all.
That's big love out here. I mean the Instagram, the Twitter say big love right there, but you know that right there, big love. But this was sent it over the top, yo.
Oh, is that Swerve?
No, come on, stop. I'd kick you off the string. You know what?
I had to throw that joke in there.
Don't disrespect JYD like that. Ain't that some? You know what?
I had to throw a little dig in there real quick. Shout out to Jay Waddy.
Yeah, we gonna dig you, all right. You would rather see Trick versus Breaker and Mello versus Dragon Lee versus Wesley. Man, we got like a year until Wesley come back. Why you want to do that, Joe Dixon? Oh, I need to
Man, let that man heal.
Wesley got the heel, baby. You know what I'm saying? Trick versus Brian Breaker. They kind of did that. Trick loss. What is Trick gonna get them wins back? Nah, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Brian Breaker probably up out of there. Also got to say this though, because I was thinking about it, and this some type of WWE would do. Mello beat Brian Breaker all down in NXT. My worry is once they get to the main roster and they go head up, then Brian Breaker get all those wins back on Mello. You know what I'm saying? That always comes into my mind when I think about the E and how they structure and do stuff. It makes me a tad bit worried. But
they love 50-50 booking.
But Mello is him, so I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be on Friday Night SmackDown against Grayson Waller in the U.S. title tournament. So look, I was thinking about SmackDown this week, and I was like, SmackDown may have already won the week. Number one, we get the Tribal Chief back. And then we get a Mello match. Come on. The Tribal Chief and Mello on one program? Friday night? I'll probably be outside. But I'll be on my phone like this while I'm outside, because, SmackDown usually on while we pregame. So, you still can catch what's going on SmackDown. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Nicole, I was telling them I watched Raw, I watched Smack, I watched NXT. I haven't watched Dynamite. Did you watch any of Dynamite?
I unfortunately did.
Don't do
Um,
it. We love wrestling here. Don't do that.
um, and I didn't get to catch NXT because it really came on while I was like really, really at work, so I didn't really get to like watch it like I wanted to. But I did watch Raw. I will say this: I really like the Continental Classic.
Yeah. So
I think that's great, honestly.
I was talking about it last week. Like I like the matches, but then I also like the after the match where they catch the person and they do the promo with the people.
Yes,
That
agree.
gets me because I'm like, oh, they doing something here. So who
I
won
like
last night?
so I didn't care about that last match because I didn't want either of those people to win.
Who was the last match?
It was Mox and what's his name.
Oh, okay. I know what match you're talking about. Okay.
So I didn't care because I didn't want either. I was like, if it could win, I was like, if they could end the match and they both get negative points, that would have been my favorite thing. But that didn't happen. Um, but Bray Briscoe and Jay White's match was surprisingly really good. I didn't think I was gonna like that match as much as I did. I didn't think it was gonna be bad, but I didn't think I was gonna be as into it as much as I was. Um,
Bang, bang, gang.
the Rouge and Jay Lethal, that match is also not bad. But yeah, that was like all I paid attention to. I wasn't gonna originally watch Dynamite. The only reason I wanted to watch it because they were like, oh, the Von Erichs are gonna be on.
What they did, like a backstage. I
And it
saw
was
them,
just like some backstage shit. So I was like, really?
but they
You got them to come into town from Hawaii just to have them on backstage
nah,
segment?
but they got a match on Rampage from what I saw.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So Orange Cassidy and the Von Erich brothers, which if you don't know the Von Erich brothers, they are former MLW tag team champions. I met them in Chicago. Real cool dudes, you know what I'm saying? Um, they will be facing whoever Orange Cassidy been beefing with right now. Don't get me the line to say who it is, because I do not remember. Let me look it up because y'all know we look stuff up on here. Who they posted something so I can go here. They'll be facing Daddy Magic, Cool Hand, Ange, and Jake Hager.
Ew.
We also get Red Velvet versus Anna Jay. That interests me. Um,
Okay.
the Don Callis family. So Will Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher gonna murder somebody. And then Penta, Commander, and El Hijo de Vikino versus Top Flight and Ancient Action Andretti. Now that match might cook, but you know the last time they was in a match together, it was kind of
It was a little wonky.
that's when Dante got. Oh, and y'all know Top Flight, my people. I'm taking Top Flight and Action Andretti, but Top Flight is back, so this makes me think of something else. Now we got to start pushing Top Flight to get them tag team championships. I understand Ricky and Big Bill and Soft is doing their thing, but Top Flight's back. They right there, baby. And then I got to think about when we gonna have a private party back because I don't know what happened with that. Oh, boy hurt or something, but that,
He's been hurt. I know he. I don't remember. This, I'm blanking on names really bad. I know he's been hurt, but I was like, he's been gone for like a year now.
yeah, he been gone for a minute. Has it really been a private party for him? Because we ain't seen him. I'm sorry, that was
Mm-mm,
um.
talking about me. That was terrible.
See, I got to watch. Did they have anything further with the women? Anything? I mean, I saw
You know there don't ever be more than two women's matches. I don't know why you looking.
no more than two women's matches. I ain't never seen two women's matches on their card.
Exactly. I said don't ever be more than two at best.
They've never had two.
No, not on Rampage. I think maybe on Collision.
No, there hasn't. There only been pay per view, and don't quote me on that, but I've only think there's only been pay per view where there's been two women's matches, but not on those shows.
That's sick.
We gonna have to look that up, but I don't. If my memory serves me correctly, not at all. We ain't
No, there has been
on a TV show.
on a TV show, not a Rampage, but on Dynamite. But the one match was like 2 minutes.
Has AEW ever had two women's matches? And I think I remember what show you're talking about. On a show. I believe I remember what you are talking about. But okay, so they had one show out of what they 100 or something because they had have they had 100 episodes yet?
Yeah, they hit 100 already.
Look, no lie, I typed in does AEW has AEW ever had two women's matches on the show? Some of the first things that popped up is people also ask, does AEW have a women's division? Are WWE and AEW working together? Who owns AEW? And is AEW Rampage live to tape? Okay. Then AEW women's division utilization of women's division by the numbers. Nicole said they had one though, but still.
I vaguely vaguely remember it, but I remember watching it, but then I remember I remember seeing tweets that night because I was live tweeting it, and people are like, "Oh, well, we have two women's match, but they are both very short. Like they were both under 8 minutes, and that's being very generous with the 8 minutes."
All right. Well, AEW, if it took that much for me to even think if y'all ever had two women's matches on the card, it means they still need to do better with it. Because you know what women's division is not lacking? You know what women's divisions are not lacking? That impact, that trend pack women's division, that women's division. Raw's women's division not lacking because they bringing in the tag teams and they working people in there. You know what I'm saying? They giving people looks. So, how did you feel about Maxine getting that title shot against Rhea?
I thought it was just like a match.
Just a match? Yeah, well, it was a match. It wasn't a title shot.
I mean, I'm a Maxine fan.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really expecting much, so that's why I don't understand like the hoopla, people being like so upset, be like, "Oh, she's still like this and that," but also at the same time, it's like you're not going to improve until you start working other areas.
So people were mad that Maxine got the match?
They were mad because the match wasn't the best. And which I agree wasn't like the best. I don't think it was like horrendous. I've seen way worse matches with people who have been in the business or way longer. But again, like I said, I don't get numb policy because I feel like you have to have matches like that to get better.
So
no one wasn't. I didn't think anyone was working unsafe. Also, I think Maxine was probably super nervous.
So how I took it, When I saw the match, I was like, yo, Maxine's had a few matches, a bunch of tag matches. Now they probably gonna go out here and say, hey, let's see you go up against Rhea and see where Rhea thinks you are, you know. But Maxine is also learning on the road. So, you know, shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because when she's doing her like little simple moves like a hip toss or a body slam and everything, we like, okay, Maxine, we see you, you getting it, you know. So it's a story that they built there with it. But then they put her up against Rhea, and Rhea had to let her know, like, hey, I'm the champ. This is my division. Calm all that down. They can be excited for you, but calm all that right down. You feel me?
Yeah.
Uh,
And I like this, and I like seeing like the growth of people and like the potential, because I always like to see like, okay, you have a match like that, but say like, you know, you get to a certain point, you could be like, oh wow, look at how much they improved. I think a good example of that is Liv in recent years.
Liv Morgan.
Yes,
Okay.
that's just like something like that. So within the E that I think is like similar. I feel like that was like another person who I think was, I don't want to say necessarily in that same lane, but that's like the first person that pops into my mind, um, women wise, that you like to gradually like see them improving.
Shout out to Liv Morgan doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, who else we got out here? You know, this the freestyle people. If y'all never been with us, you know what I'm saying? You got the Y style freestyle because we just jump all over the place. Uh, so last week, Nicole, we was doing this, and we started talking. And then at the very end, right when we was cutting off, we looked and we said, I was like, damn, TNA gonna be streaming on Endeavor streaming services. You know, they got that deal there. Um, so I watched the pay-per-view Final Resolution. And let me say this. The production of Final Resolution and the way it looked when it came through on the camera looked better than all the pay-per-views that I've seen from Impact or TNA this year.
You love to see it.
I'm not saying it it is an Endeavor effect, but when I was on the pay per view and I looked, I said, "Oh, this is right. Okay, we still got the camera up at the top. Okay, we got them moving. They in the Don Kozlov Arena. That's in Toronto. So we'll see what's going on with that. But they was looking, they was looking better. You know what I'm saying? I can only think their production value has to go up being under Endeavor and everything. What you think?
I agree. I mean, I also love this for them as a brand. I feel like they deserve it. I think also the same time, they were really good with working with what they had previously.
Mm,
That's why I always respected them as a brand, because even though obviously they might have not had the budget of like obviously like a WWE or even like an AEW, but they made things work, because to me it was more like more old school. Like they used like a lot of practical to make things look as good as they could be. But now that they have, you know, the backing now, more financial backing to do what they've been doing, I think is they're going to really blow out the water. And I've been saying this for a couple years now. I always said once Impact, well, I mean TNA, because they're going to be TNA in a couple weeks again. I was like, once TNA gets money or really starts or gets on like a good network, I was like, they're the ones, in my opinion, who I consider, who I think will really come up to be the quote unquote second competitor.
TNA.
Yes, I've been saying that. I said if they get a budget and they are able to get more eyes on them, to me that is going to be the second competitor.
Hmm. Let's look up some let's Google some stuff here then, you know. Uh let's see what the website's looking like. What is their website? It's gonna be TNA Wrestling.com back. Impact Wrestling. TNA Wrestling takes you to Impact Wrestling. Um, so you just seen that. Now you got hidden gems this Thursday on Access. So in like 30 minutes, if you watching that women's match though, Savannah Evans and Jachelle Shaw versus MK Ultra. I feel like at some so I feel like, and maybe this is just me, when Impact signed Masha Slamovich, I thought she would be at some point going for that Knockouts championship. Because if you know, I know when Masha Slamovich gets started and started rolling in the ring, I don't think there's no one's better who got a rev up engine than Masha. Um, but MK Ultra kind of just came along and, whew, oh my goodness, it's kind of hot. Killer Kelly, Masha Slamovich, they like to Kelly like to get beat up, you know what I'm saying, and take punishment. Masha like to dish it out. They had a banger of a feud over, yeah. Masha and Killer Kelly did have a banger of a feud down there in Impact. Then they became tag team partners. That happened this year. We might have to bring back some of the stuff in 2023 that people didn't pay enough attention to in my mind. I'm just saying because Trinity went over there to Impact, but there's some things that went down. I don't know. Uh, but look, oh, I didn't even know this was happening. Oh, I can't play that, but Will Ospreay versus Josh Alexander 2 is happening January 16th in Las Vegas. TNA Snake Eyes. Whew. Oh, wait a minute. Okada and Motor City Machine Guns against Moose, Brian Myers, and Eddie Edwards. Okada going back. Okada going back to the TNA.
Yeah, it was. Did you? I saw the little package for it. Did you? Oh, obviously you're just seeing it, so you did it. But it was like, recognizing because back not too long ago he said I never fucking go to that place. Hated TNA Impact for how they booked him, etc. But he's going back for a couple matches at least.
All right, Okada. Welcome back to Impact Wrestling. I mean TNA Wrestling. That's gonna be crazy. Uh, that's gonna be crazy. I got some people in Vegas. I'm gonna have to tell them to go so they can get that video. Uh, so we can post up some of that video. Oh my goodness, what else happened in wrestling? Uh, what's interesting happening in wrestling for you? I mean, we can go back and look at the shoes again. Nah, well, what's
Oh
interesting
my gosh.
for you? Let's type in wrestling this week. Anything, Nicole?
That I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I've been really excited, obviously, for this TNA resurgence. Um, because like I said, I think that's really gonna. I feel like they're gonna sneak in 2024 to really shake things up, which the business always needs. It's always good to shake things up. Um, Excited to see where this Seth and CM Punk thing is going. I didn't think they were gonna, you know, pull the trigger on them interacting so quickly.
What do you think about their promo?
Um, I liked it because it was needed. You know, I feel like, the best storylines is when you can go to as close as the truth as possible without compromising the integrity of what needs to be done. And I think Seth is great at that. Obviously, he's did it before with Matt Riddle, so this can't be any worse than what that was. Um, he said what he needed to say. Got his feelings off his chest. Um, and then like I was talking in the one group chat, I was like, because next I think Monday they're going to be in Iowa.
Is it Iowa on Monday? Seth at home?
Yeah, I was like, CM Punk is going to embarrass that man in his home.
So I don't think that they run that too soon because you still
I'm
got.
not talking about like a match, but I think he's going to say something to him.
I don't even think they let them come across each other again until like
You,
after somebody won the Rumble.
you think they're going to hold off on that?
Because you got to build up to the match all the way at Mania. So if you have them going at each other at the end 2024, that's gonna be crazy. But they did just announce what's his name? CM Punk versus Dominic Mysterio at a live event at Madison Square Garden on December 30th. What do you think about that?
Think about what?
CM Punk versus Dominic Mysterio.
I mean, I think it's good for Dominic. Obviously, since it seems like he's been in NXT a lot lately. And I think Dominic stands like, a lot of grief. I think people give him sometimes. I think he had the second or third most matches in the company this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on, is
From
that your TV on in the background?
huh?
Is that your TV?
Oh, that might be. Sorry, let me turn it down.
YouTube then already sent me an email. YouTube, my bad. All right, my bad. We didn't mean to have.
It's just been playing commercials the whole. It's literally a rerun of an old TLC show. I don't know what they trying to strike for.
TLC.
They don't even make. Yeah, the Learning Channel. But I believe I want to say like I said, he had like the second or third most matches this year. Dom did. So I think it's good, obviously, so they could test. How is I think it's a test for both of them, obviously, to see how Dom can work with someone who's been in the game for this long. Also, kind of to see where Punk is since he last match, because I don't remember when that last match was that he had.
Who, Dom's
Because
last match?
No, I'm talking about CM Punk. When was that? When was that pay-per-view?
That was the Wembley Stadium, boy.
Yeah. I don't know, whenever that was. But also, at the same time, how WWE deems ring ready is different than what AEW deems ring ready. As Hunter commented with Jade. And that's like, and obviously he wasn't saying, it wasn't shade to her, but shade to those folks who was handling her over there. So I think they're trying to like gauge, where he's at, how much he has in the tank still. And realistically, what they do with them. And I honestly am probably to see where they're going to put him at in the Rumble. Because if they say, hey, he could last for a minute, put them in early. But if it's a little, got some creaks and cracks, might put him later and have a number a little bit later in the Rumble.
Cody
So I
won
think
from
it's
what, like
doing
number
I
28
think it's doing
last
quite a
year.
few things.
Didn't Cody win from like a last number last year? A
He
late
was
number?
he was way too late. That's what made me mad. He was like, I want to say he was like 27. Hold on, let me look that up because I was like, this is ridiculous. He was very late.
Oh no, he won at
Cody.
30.
Oh, he was 30.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. Yeah, no.
that's why it fell off for me. I was like, yeah, he just coming back, but he number 30. So I didn't want him to win at Mania. A lot of people got mad that he won at Mania. I didn't care for it. Um,
Yeah, he was in at 30.
what do you say? Do you like we too? I don't know what we is, but what's up, Michael? Welcome to the stream.
Um, but yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I had that problem with him coming in at 30 because we knew he was gonna win anyways, pretty much. But also, I would have liked to see him work for it a little bit longer.
You gotta work for it, baby. Yeah, that's why it was over for me. I was like, oh, he coming in at 30. Oh, we know he gonna win. Oh, this
Hmm.
what they doing. Oh, I don't want to see it. And I didn't want to see it. A lot of people got mad that Cody didn't win at Mania. I was happy. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. And then if he lose again at Mania and don't finish the story, I might be a little bit more excited. Mm, 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 mm.
I just want it to get it over with, and again, it's like, and it's just like a couple stories. It's just like Cody's story. I want it to get over with. I want Roman's reign to get over with. And I know everyone was like, well, blah, blah, blah. He's doing so. And again, like, love that for him. Great. Loved all these accolades. Love all that he's done. But at the same time, it's like, I want to move on.
And move on we shall.
I just want to move on. And again, it's like it's no shade to what he's done, but at this point, it's like, okay, like let's just wrap it the F up at this point for both of them.
So Cody, I'm done with you, Cody. We're gonna move on from that subject also. I put this video up on Instagram. The song that goes with it is "In the Arms of an Angel." But you play them songs on YouTube, you'll get hit. But the slow motion flea worker, "In the Arms of an Angel, fly away." The way Sean Dean put his arms out like he was a whole angel in the sky, that's hilarious to me. You got to go onto the Instagram, we LUV Wrestling, to hear the music with it. We can't do it here on Instagram, but this is from Ashe Wrestling. You can watch it at AsheWrestling.com. Pay the $15. You can get a whole lot of action. What else we got on the YouTube? If you didn't see the interview that we did with the main event, make sure y'all click on that. It's in there. This is just part of the interview with them. I don't have the sound on, so you can't see it. But you see it. Draymond Green, ready for that Iron Claw movie. He did that discus in the game. They got to get him out of here. Movie Mike Spotlight.
Have him be number 30 in the Royal Rumble.
You wilding for that. Our movie Mike Spotlight that is available, that was released this week. Go check that out. It is $30K. He was at Ashe Wrestling, AsheWrestling.com. I got some clips from Ashe Wrestling. You can see a little bit of them in the shorts, but you know what I'm saying. Shelly Benson
Also,
Alibi.
real quick, talking about movies. Once I see it, because I think I'm gonna be able to go to a screening. I pop on here, We Love Wrestling, and do a little movie review.
What you talking about? Iron Claw?
Yeah.
Okay. So Shelly Benson and Ivy Malibu, they got a place in my wrestling heart because they did the Doomsday Device. No matter how it looked, a lot of people was trying to go off about it and everything, but they accomplished the move. I like to see it. They was facing the Hell Twins. Dreamwave Wrestling, if you don't know about them. Dreamwave also announced Uprising Women Athletes, I believe, for 2024. LaSalle, Illinois is like an hour outside of Chicago. Um, so I don't know what to say about that. But Dreamwave, I'll read what they wrote on Twitter, and actually we'll share just so y'all can see what I'm talking about here. Like I said, it's in LaSalle, an hour outside of Chicago. This past weekend, Dreamwave Wrestling held its first ever all-women's event, Uprising, before a sold-out crowd and amazing numbers on our exclusive broadcast partner, IWTV, Independent Wrestling TV. The show was a perfect example of the proof of concept. We gave the talent a platform to do their thing, and the results was one of the best Dreamwave events of all time. In my opinion, there is a dire need for more well-ran, safe shows that give opportunity to women athletes. You got Mission Pro out there. You got Sabotage out there. It's a lot of places give women's wrestling, but let's get this done. I believe Dreamwave brand has built up a lot of trust and goodwill with both our performers and fans. Therefore, I feel that LaSalle is the place for those shows. He feels the place. This is not an announcement of another all-women show for Dreamwave. This is an announcement of an all-women's company. So Dreamwave now has an all-women's company. I'm excited to announce that the Dreamwave Anniversary 9 weekend will feature the debut of Uprising Women's Athletes. Yes, for those wondering, that is an intentional homage to Shimmer, the best to ever do it. We are going to start with 3 events in 2024, all wrapped around Dreamwave events, and schedule will expand in 2025. The Dreamwave's Women's Champion will be the main championship in Uprising Women's Athletes and will travel between both Uprising and Dreamwave. For those wondering, women performers will still be featured in Dreamwave as well. Thank you, wrestling fans. Remember, tickets for Uprising Women's Athlete 2 going to sell February 12th, 2024 at 10 a.m. Central. DWTech.net. For your convenience, I have included the 2024 Uprising schedule and social media info below. My best always, Jay. So Uprising Women's Athletes 2024 schedule is as follows. April 19th, Uprising Women's Athletes 2. August 2nd, Uprising Women's Athletes 3. And December 6th, Uprising Women's Athletes 4. Champion Brittany Brooks, Maggie Lee, who I told you I'm big on, Rebecca Scott from the Northeast. You got Emi Sakura. You got Zamaya, Shelly Vincent, my dog J-Rod, Zaya Brookside, Maya Yamashita, Zeta Steele. I was just able to name out all them women, and boom, just got them out there. But shout out to Dreamwave for the all-women's company, Uprising Women's Athletes, coming in 2024. LaSalle is like a 4.5-hour drive to me. I'll try to make one, but can't guarantee that trip all the time. Let's see what else. Anything else before we get out of here? Freestyle, love style, end of the year. Like I said, 2023, we coming to that time. What, we in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, pretty much.
We always do a love list, but I got to ask you, Nicole. If you could pick one person to win the Rumble, who would it be?
The women.
Women and men are way too early predictions.
I feel like it's too early.
Yeah, I said if you could pick just somebody to win.
Honestly, Chelsea Green. I just would just love to see it. No, because I really want her to win Money to Bank, so I'm gonna rescind that.
Chelsea Green.
I want Chelsea because I feel like that would be. I actually do you know who I want? A very too early prediction who I would like to see the Rumble or who I wouldn't mind. I'm
Who?
gonna do a little Kyrie Sane action.
Winning the Rumble?
Yeah. I feel like that's different. I feel like also that there need to be some a tiny bit of redemption um for since they did Asuka, how they did her. So, I wouldn't mind a little Kyrie. That's my little too early prediction because I don't really have anybody in mind. But I just do because I like Kyrie.
Okay. Kyrie Zane, way too early prediction to win the Rumble. Who you got for the men?
I would love Gunther to win.
Gunther. Dun. I've actually been telling people I would like to see Gunther win. Just to throw a wrench into everybody saying, oh, I think CM Punk's going to win the Rumble. Oh, I think
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes going to win Elimination Chamber. Like,
You know how mad I would be if Cody Rhodes won the damn Rumble 2 years in a row. Rumble.
would you put it past them to give it to him 2 years?
I would put it past him because like I said, Roman Reigns is still champion, so I don't really put anything past them anymore. So just be some more BS. But I would not like to see that. Just have him win an Elimination Chamber.
I think I said this before. I believe Roman probably can go through WrestleMania only because I think they're trying to get that HH name off the list from people recognizing it being the longest reigning and just put somebody else there.
I don't necessarily believe that because they still let him show up to stuff and still promote him.
But I still feel like they got the opportunity and they passed that time, and Roman's right there. Like, all he got to do is hold it to September. That's what scares me. I mean, it doesn't scare me. I really don't want to see Cody finish his story. You feel me? They talked about it so much. I could care less about that story at this point.
I mean, it is what it is. I just mentally cannot watch Roman Reigns be champion for that long.
Oh, you gonna watch it?
I'm just over it. Like, it's just, to me, it's like you can't, like, there isn't anything to it just to be a record. Like, and that's how I felt about like a couple things. I just feel like a lot of the records is just like null and void. Like, it don't, like, I don't care. I don't put enough stock in it for them to be like, oh, we gotta break it. Like, for what? Just for it to be a trivia fact in 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, like, it doesn't, like, and I just think it's dumb. Like, I just don't see a point in it. Just to have someone hang on to something just to be like a record. Like, for the IC one, that wasn't that bad to me because it's like, okay, it's like consistent and they weren't such like an emphasis about it. And it's to this point where it's like, I just just mentally can't watch it anymore because it's like they're gonna have to like pull people from yonder for him to face. Like, we can't just for him to like extend for a couple more months. I'm like, I just don't see a reason. I just think it's dumb at this point.
I'm just acknowledging him at this point. I want him to hold it to about October.
I'm not acknowledging for him for nothing because I don't ever see him on TV anyway. So what do I got to acknowledge?
Yeah, I mean, I said earlier before you got here, Friday, SmackDown may have already won the week because we get Roman back and we get a mellow match, all on Friday night. Is Cody moving the needle? I'm feeling, but I would love to see Roman go through Cody and then have to face Bobby, because they've been purposely, and I've been saying they've been purposely keeping them apart from each other, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I want to see Roman and Bobby Lashley.
I think honestly, if they would pass up him to even even drop Cody, even though I like Bobby, he ain't gonna drop to him.
Why you hate? Nicole?
What?
Why you hating?
Yeah. I'm not hating. I like Bobby, but I'm just being realistic.
You hating.
I don't know. I'm just being realistic. Like, again, like, like it's great, whatever that they're doing Ramon, but it's just like, I think for them to do, because obviously they've been slowly doing a reset of the product, then I feel like at this point, okay, we have to start flipping things about.
She could be right.
I feel like at this point, like, again, it's like, it's like, great for Roman, like he's done all this, but he is still, regardless of how much creative freedom he got with this, is still a Vince McMahon project / story. And we eventually have to fully transition. And it's not saying, he has to be gone forever and get out. But I think the way that they've been going to move into the space that they're about to be right now and fully move into them being in their quote unquote renaissance, they have to wrap all that up at some point.
Well, with Roman?
I think to me that's the last, I think, remnants of like the last regime that needs to be wrapped up. So I feel like everything else pretty much has been.
Well, if we got to wrap Roman up, then we got to wrap up Seth too.
And I agree with that. I mean, that's the same thing.
If you trying to wrap up it's a lot that's left of that old remnants that will have to go. The 4 horsewomen, hate to say it, they will got to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the same thing. I think they need to also start getting wrapped up. I don't think and this is like, I honestly don't think we're going to have Charlotte for much longer. I think she's probably going to, peace out, do like a part-time contract. Becky is the same way. Mercedes is doing her own thing. I think Bayley is going to hang around for a bit. But yeah, like they need to start, especially since we have like the Biancas and like the Rheas and all them, and knowing that they can carry the division. We got to start, cycling some folks out. I think it's time.
Come to the end of the episode, guys. I usually play a part of a match or some part of a match. Recently, something went viral on the YouTube, on the Tubalicious. Just want to go over it because it started a lot of back and forth with people. So let's just play, some of this match. And then y'all can see when the little kid comes in and all that. So it's Killer Kelly versus Jessica Havoc and Nevaeh. Killer Kelly was begging to be body slammed over and over again. Jordan Grace obliged her. This is the end of the match. You know, Wrestle Revolver, you can watch it over there. Havoc just giving the clotheslines to Killer Kelly. Ugh. Oh. Double suplex, baby. This was in Dayton, Ohio. Almost dropped her. She picked it back up. You hear me going, the hoo, hoo, hoo.
Almost took out the ref.
You see it. The spinning back fist to her. Outside the ring, Timothy. Schoolboy back up. Knocking her down with the shoulder bump. Power bomb. Then she dived out the ring. Then she put her to sleep. So this is what went viral. So at the end of the match, Nevaeh's daughter ran in, and everybody, this has caused a whole bunch of discord on the Twitter with people, on YouTube with people getting upset like, oh, that's killing the business. They shouldn't have did that. It's all bad. Like, yo, it's some kids. And just because I labeled it, I said Jordan Grace attacked by a child after the match. And everybody just like attacked. Oh, like people need to learn sarcasm. Because y'all don't learn no sarcasm. Like y'all hear something and y'all take that as, oh, that's exactly what they meant. It couldn't have been no type of nuance, nothing else to it. That's exactly what that person was talking about. Yeah. No. Take some sarcasm. Lighten up. Wrestling is a pastime for me. I don't take it as serious as everybody else. I'm here to enjoy. We love wrestling. LUV, non-standard form of love. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even tell y'all who I was. We just get on here and we start talking. But don't forget, I got them BRP Nugget Dunk Lows, baby. Yeah, Junkyard Dog shirt. If you want to hear to see that, go back to the beginning of it. Nike by you. You can check them out, the colorway. I appreciate that. Whenever I got on some black wrestling, I'm going to have on them shoes with it. You feel me? What else? Naptown All Pro. First show back January 14th. Second show February 25th. Go to naptownwrestling.com, naptownallprowrestling.com for more info on that. Go to the Patreon. So we started the Patreon. I literally started it this morning. It's the patreon.com. We love wrestling. We LUV wrestling. There's a $1 tier where you get videos early. There's a $3 tier, for tradie, where you'll get the interviews that we couldn't put up on the YouTube. You'll get some raw and uncut stuff because some of the stuff we put up, YouTube be like, nah. And it's a whole bunch of cussing. But $1 gets you content early. $3 gets you the videos and the interviews with the wrestlers that we couldn't put up You feel me? Make sure y'all go to the Patreon. January 1st, 2024. It's up. Nicole's on here. Nicole, down for the count. Tell them all y'all socials so they can follow y'all too, man.
You can follow us on Twitter at D for down for the count 19. Also can find us on Instagram on D4TC underscore podcast, and then also we're on all major streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, etc., and Google Podcasts.
They be like, we don't want to come on your podcast with you 3-4 listeners and viewers. Bruh, we all started somewhere. We even had this YouTube page for 3 years, but we wasn't going live. Y'all know we wasn't doing no live stream like this. But now we are trying to, shout out to Joe Dixon for becoming a Patreon member. Joe, we salute you off top. Patreon.com/We Love Wrestling. January 1st is up. Okay, it's the end of the year, Christmas coming and everything. I ain't gonna say that it's gonna start like that, but we are gonna get it's a video up right now for everybody, but it is gonna get a video up there. Got some interviews coming with some people. We're gonna do some others. So it's a lot of interviews that we can do, but people don't get approved to do them. You know what I'm saying? Like companies ain't gonna give the okay, but or however they want to do with me. But I know the people, and we sit there and we have talks. You feel me? Without saying what needs to be said. So like I know a lot of stuff early, but those talks never get out. But we also will do little interviews that'll go up there. Some old stuff. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have that Brian Danielson interview on there by the end of this week, at least by Sunday. So if you under that $3 tier, you'll get that from River City Wrestling Con. It happened in June. They were supposed to approve it, never got approval. That thing just been sitting, and I didn't want to put it up. I was about to put it up, but people was like, "Don't put it up. You might get in trouble for it. They might try to take your stuff." It's going on the Patreon. YouTube, if y'all can see it, if y'all was here last year, we did a live stream. Some stuff happened. They took us away and everything, but we got our memberships and everything back. Go to the Patreon. You can be a member on here. You'll get access to the podcast a day early, but on the Patreon, January 1st is up. Tomorrow, 11 a.m., Sophia V. Ain't that thing they be doing on TikTok? In the club with my niggas, we be vibing. I don't know. Sophia V tomorrow, 11 a.m. Sophia V. Monique, that's _ Monique. OCL. 3 people if you don't know. Matter of fact, I'll show you their Instagrams before we go. Got a video releasing. They talk about CM Punk under the We Love Wrestling channel. I was on the conversation too. So it's gonna go down. Let's see. Search. I don't want to just show y'all the group chat, but y'all can see some of it. Nah, y'all can't see none of my group chat, man. Osama OCL. He is joining us tomorrow. If you don't know, go follow him. He's an artist. They said, I believe, the #1 selling artist in Pakistan. Check him out. We will also have on, let's see if that's her name. Monique, that's just Neek, the homie. She will be coming on. And if you don't know Sophia V, go back and watch the last one we had with Sophia V, Xenia, talking about Survivor Series. That'll be 11 a.m. tomorrow. That's when YouTube is jumping the most for us. I come on at 7, but if I get on between 10 and 2, it might get crazy. Follow at We LUE Wrestling on all social media, on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, We LUE Wrestling 1. Get on the Patreon. Get the $1 or get the 3. January 1st is up. Follow everybody you know associated with We LUE Wrestling. Thank you, Nicole. We Love Wrestling down for the count. Thank you, everybody watching. Joe Dixon for being the first subscriber, bro. Matter of fact, write it on the live chat. What's your shirt size? You know what I'm saying? We gonna get at you, or you can send it on the Patreon. We gonna send you something for being the first person to subscribe to the Patreon. But everything else, like I always say, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. We too street for the culture. Ooh, cut and print. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful.